Okay, hi everyone. So this is the uncut version of me struggling to single-hand my boat through a lift bridge on a very windy day. Now, this is best viewed on a laptop, phone, or if you have one of these, a VR headset. But if you was to watch it on your TV, you'll probably see that the image is all distorted. Anyway, I hope you enjoy watching this. So, ahead of my boat you can see that there's a closed lift bridge. Now if I had some crew aboard, this wouldn't be any problem for me whatsoever, but unfortunately I'm on my own. Now, on the towpath side there are a couple of wooden bollards that I could tie my boat up to, but unfortunately, to a single-hander like myself, they're absolutely no good to me, and I'll explain why. Now you see those two black beams with the white ends coming off of the bridge into the air? One of those is a chain that you need to pull on to open it up, and then it needs to be tied off to the ground to keep it open. But if I did that, there is no way then to cross back to get to the boat to drive it through. So what I need to do is pull it over on the wrong side of the canal. Unfortunately here though, there is nothing for me to tie the boat onto. So anyway, through all the weeds that are growing on the bank here, I've spotted a slight gap, so I'm going to try and pull the boat in as close as I can and make a break for it while I have the chance. Now the centre line is just about long enough to reach over the top of those weeds. And what I'm going to do here is basically pull the boat in and try and make it come to a stop. The aim is for the boat to basically stay put long enough for me to get the bridge open, because like I said, there's nothing here for me to tie the boat onto. So at this point I'm happy that the boat looks fairly still, so I'm going to go and just leave the rope here and run to the bridge. I'm going to open it by pulling on that chain that I mentioned. Now, to basically keep it open, on the floor there is a concrete block with a metal loop, which I've got to thread the chain through and then hook it onto a nail that's stuck into the beam on the lift bridge. What I haven't noticed is my boat is now starting to take the journey through the bridge though without me, and as you can see the rope's now starting to slowly pull through. And it's around about this point that I've noticed that that's what's going on, which is why I'm running back to the boat as quick as I can before it gets away without me. And now I can just drive the boat through the lift bridge. What makes the whole process incredibly difficult on this particular day is there's a really strong wind blowing as well, so that's not making what's a hard job any easier. So anyway, I did think about just leaving the bridge open, but I had seen that there's been some railway workers here which I think need this bridge closed to get there, and as I can see right in the distance they're not actually on site at the moment, so I think if I left it open they wouldn't have any way of actually getting there. So try and be nice to them. I've decided I am going to close it back up like I should be doing. So I'm reversing the boat back to the edge here. And now that looks kind of close enough, so what I'm going to do is attach this line basically onto the rail so that should the boat drift away while I'm off lowering the bridge, I've got some way of pulling it back in. Now if you notice, the boat is now starting to twist at a funny angle to the canal. That's obviously because the wind is blowing on the boat, so I'm going to try and correct that by popping the boat into forwards to basically push the back end away from the edge to give me a bit of manoeuvring space. And then I'm going to pop it into reverse to hopefully reverse up to where I was originally. But as you can see, the wind is having other ideas. So I'm just going to give that another try basically and see if that works. And it's around about this point I kind of realised that if I'm not careful I'm going to end up into the bushes rather than the wall. So I decided it's time to resort to using the pole, which is what I'm just grabbing off the roof here. Now my plan is I'm going to push out with the pole off the wall, and then in a moment I'm going to just pop the boat into reverse just to try and pull it back along the edge of the wall a little bit, but just very gently. and hopefully this way I'll be able to fight the effects of the wind. Now, as you can see, this isn't quite working as I'd hoped, and you know, it's just generally a bit of a struggle to sort of counteract the forces of the wind that's going on at the moment. But I am starting to make a slight bit of headway on this. So basically, I'm just going to keep repeating what I was doing, so pushing off with the pole and giving it a tiny little bit of reverse and sort of slowly walking the boat back along the wall until I feel that I've basically got it close enough that I'm able to step off of the boat. And you can see I'm now starting to get back round to where I was when I basically started to tie the line on, so I'm nearly back to where I started from. But this is some of the joys of narrowboating. Anyway, that's looking just about there, so I'm going to pop this pole back on the roof in a moment. And when I think I've got it close enough, I'm going to take the stern line and basically run to that little nail that I hooked it on and unhook the bridge. Now I'm just going to steady the bridge as it goes so it doesn't drop too heavily. Now I'm going to grab the stern line, hop back on the boat, and at this point I can be back on my way. Okay, thank you very much for watching this vlog. If you've enjoyed it, then please go ahead and like and subscribe, and you'll see more from me very soon. Thank you, bye bye!